We pledge love and loyalty to the country salo. My how we there, my how we born. We sweet salo. We not for make this country fall. Mama salo. We let we salo. But this we land we love. We not for make them fall. We let we salo. Then they thief the money, then they fly. They London, they Dubai, then they bye. We there, we just a try. This year don't come up and dry eye. Then they thief the money, then they fly. They London, they Dubai, then they bye. We there, we just a try. But this year don't come up and dry eye. We pledge with love and loyalty to the country salon. My how we there, my how we born. We sweet salon. We not for make this country fall. Mama salon. We like we salon. But this we land we love. We not for make them fall. We like we salon. But this we land we love. We not for make them fall. We like we salon.
For the wreck the country, it's a witch. For the wreck the country. I guess I carpets, no man keraka. Come on, Konika, come on, Keraka. Chamucham, Maman Monica. Kaipom, Yaman Konika. For the wreck the country, it's a witch. For the wreck the country. And they go and they beg. Shep. The people that they gen. Then Nagawa shem. The people taking another picture. Now we hope for today and the future. Forgive them by scripture. The people taking another picture. Now we hope for today and the future. Don't forgive them by scripture.
We pledge love and loyalty to the country salo. My how we there, my how we born. We sweet salo. We not for make this country fall. Mama salo. We let we salo. But this we land we love. We not for make them fall. We let we salo.
We salon. Has there no place like home? I like it, I can talk them, I like it, I can fight them.
Yes, people of Sierra Leone, good evening. Members and friends of Sierra Leone, how my body. I wish everybody they do well who serve my day, irrespective of the time. Today, I am coming to ask a few questions. But before I ask them questions, I want to discuss one or two things because everybody go tell you, I do pet for me country, I'm a patriot, I am patriotic, no problem, no bad leadership. Nobody is taking the blame. So today, let us ask one or two questions now with me. If really we are the people we claim to be, today I will talk about the psychology of nationhood. That's Sierra Leone. This will feel like a big English word, but not a big English word. What it mean? How will they think as Sierra Leoneans? What we believe as Sierra Leoneans? How will you see Sierra Leone now with mine? Yes, we are the way born as Sierra Leone, we are citizens. Because that's not the first rule for citizenship. As long as you're born as Sierra Leone, your mama as Sierra Leonean, you're a citizen, automatic. If your papa be Sierra Leonean, na plus. If your papa not be Sierra Leonean, you still not citizen. And so the citizenship law say after the amendment. Because the first one will be they say, papa, time for be Sierra Leonean. Now they don't change and say my mama for be Sierra Leonean. So anybody who born as Sierra Leone, as long as your mama they carry Sierra Leonean citizenship, automatically you're a citizen. And when you be citizen of Sierra Leone, the constitution of Sierra Leone, it give you a number of rights them, where automatic. First and foremost, the constitution say, as a citizen, now you get the power, the sovereignty. Now you, the country, belong to. Again, now the Constitution, chapter 2, section 5. Then the same chapter 2, it tell we about what in the country expect from we the citizens. Therefore, at all times, try for create a sense of nationhood. Before at all times, try for work for make the country go before. The first question we are going for ask is, when they talk about nationhood, what does that mean? What do you mean for say we are one nation? We understand what does that mean? When you look Sierra Leone, you get about 18, 19 different languages. You get 3 regions where they talk one of the 3 main languages more than any other language. You get district, you get chiefdoms, and the average Sierra Leonean will still get more hook up with the district and in chiefdom than the rest of Sierra Leone. So when we talk about nationhood, we therefore ask, is Sierra Leone a nation? The answer is yes, Sierra Leone is a nation, and no, Sierra Leone is not yet a nation. It may become a nation sometime in the future. But at this material moment, Sierra Leone is not a nation. And who caused that? We go on for blame. We go on for throw the blames as far and wide as we can throw them. But the answer simply is, we the people of Sierra Leone, now we responsible for the lack of nationhood. And I go show now why. We the people, including myself, another people myself, now we responsible for the lack of nationhood. We so don't put ourselves in a position of divided mentality. We so don't colonize ourselves with all the things that we divide we. that we not able to sit down for look. Say, no, that man will come out yonder, where they talk language you're different from me. Now find out why they talk different language. Now find out what make they think the way they think. Some people will say, well, why for do that? We not get any business. Yes, we get business for do that. We get business for do that. Not so because we not cowards make we they do that too. We they do them because what in them call civilization. For say this not a civilization. It means a group of people with different beliefs, different opinion, different background, they all come together, then create a new way of looking at life and understanding life. They all come together, they say, well, now we be one. They don't necessarily need for signed paper, but if they need for signed paper, so be it. They only need for get a social understanding for say, we all know one, let we live as one, let we walk as one. But for make we able to do that, we get forget the things the way they make them define we as civilized. For a number of people, civilization means for wear change coats like I wear this, for ride big motorcar, talk big English, then you civilized. No. That man na Amazon is civilized. That one inside that forest na Papua Guinea is civilized. Because they're able to live together. And what's in a civilization? Na tolerance. We for able to tolerate with differences. We for able to live side by side with each other, even if we defend them impossible. This mentality will get say, may not go take them. Now the key that we make with all what you they claim for be, we level of civilization is low. That's one of the first things we for accept in Sierra Leone. All what in the go in Sierra Leone, so now they show we say we level of tolerance low. And that level of tolerance we low, now I make with a cause and effect. Now I make Sierra Leonean. They come out in Sierra Leone, they go buy chemical, he take inside Sierra Leone, he go make drugs, where you know say they kill people, where you know say they mutilate people, give them all kind bad things we not find for talk about. We take them, we go sell and they, we make drugs, we sell give the people them. Now only uncivilized people they behave that way. Because there are several ways to make money. Children get all the things then for make money. You can go upline, you buy gold, you buy diamond, you buy produce, you make farm, all kind of way they for make money. So why you for can buy chemical for go kill your own farm? Why for can buy chemical for go kill your own picking them? What's money that is so important than you for that you for do that? Behave like a beast. Because anybody who sell drugs for killing your own people, and are a beast. You are not civilized. Yeah, the qualities that will make people civilized, you not get them. If we talk about nationhood, we go beyond for say green, white, and blue. Now we flag. Why we exalt the realm of the free. Now we anthem. We go beyond that. You go far above and beyond that. Nationhood means we all for think together. We all forget the same emotions. And the emotions not for include hate. It for include cared respect and love for each other. When I said love for each other, no mean say if for come out, they go feed people them. That's hypocrisy. You have no business feeding people. Instead of you give people fish, teach them how to fish. This hypocrisy about going to give bags of rice and this and that, it will stop because that's where the division starts. The division starts by the dependency mentality of the institute by people them. When you make room for make people then depend on you, you don't colonize them. And when you colonize people their minds, if you're not possible one for do evil things, you get them for do them. This is one of the problems we have in Sierra Leone. And one of the reasons we're not able to build a nation out of Sierra Leone. Because we were supposed to know better. How they create the new form of colonialism. We they use them as if to say, we they do good, we they sympathize with the people. Pure sympathy. Nobody needs it. Do what is right, ethically, morally, and within the law. If you want for great jobs, we go be legal, great jobs, we go help for build wealth in the country. So for go take chemical, they can make them, they share all over the country to the last village. You get agents, them where they sell them for you. Then when it come, now they one and then they run after. You where they do them, nobody goes after you because you are connected. As I said the last time, any country where drug go, a teamwork. 1, 2, any country where drug they go inside, people at the border institutions, they know. Airport, seaport, borders controlled by custom and other agents, immigration, etc. They know. So when I stop this gaslighting, rigmarole, they go and visit, they make speeches. Tell those people that you know, because you know them. You know them. We know them. I know them. I'm far away Norway, but I know them. If I'm far away Norway, I know them. You should know them in Sierra Leone. Tell them to end this business. Where there is no supply, there will be no demand. Tell them. They've done so much damage. Let them use what they've made from that damage for clean up and do other business. Go into gold buying and export. Go into mining. Go into other things. Invest in other areas. If you want, you open band sex loan, they go and dance. And we go to get small money there. But we must stop this drug trade because it's not good for nationhood. Especially a nation that is already divided. Now you are using the drugs as a tool. And that tool, they cause further division and further laxity in the society, such that if we're not careful, this generation is going to be wiped out. And when that happens, there will be no Sierra Leone for anybody to inherit. We must stop them speeches, please. We don't need speeches, we need action. You know who are the people involved in drug. You know. Take action. Call them to a meeting, tell them to stop it. It's time. We people are not affected. And we don't like it. We don't. It's not good for a few people, but take advantage from the majority. We don't. On a call, on a fumble them, then this drug business because on a sabi them. It's not politics. It's not politics, so because as I'm speaking, people in the APC, people in the SLPP, in all the political parties are involved in this, in human trade.
Wait, business audio.
And I call them and tell them, let us stop. Are we all prepared and die left Shalom be we all? And some of us have relatives who are there struggling. Now some of them are getting hooked up in this nonsense. We don't like it. When I keep on our speeches, when I tell on our people and our customs, tell the one in our Taki, tell the one in our airport, the one that will guide the border, tell them, say, game over. When I take on our business, do other things now. Enough of this drug trade. Because the drug not they come on a sky can for them, or it come on the ground can up. And people in the car with them. And those in those institutions know. They know who and who are involved. Welcome, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you. The topic is justice. Says it. Point.
They have failed. The psychology of nationhood is sent in Sierra Leone. That's why people are buying chemicals to go and kill their own people.
Yes. So the issue about both parties failing, so begin from one thing, very, very important. And a kind of cultural connotation, where we say, let me like where I really say, let the speeches are done, let people act, that's true. The sad part is when people are born in an environment, grown in an environment, grown as school in an environment, we say only the same language, same thing. And what is about progress and development. It's about how for enable the people who destroy society. And sometimes it's difficult for us to understand. But when I did culture at the highest level of academia, where I not work in cultural setting perhaps for a living as somebody who did cultural make, but I will take exams and write something at higher level about culture. It's easily reachable, but it's very difficult. It's difficult in the sense that people they talk to, 90 tomorrow they change up. A good way they play it here. The reason why they say so is that Sierra Leone get law, Sierra Leone get constitution, Sierra Leone gets everything. But if you look at the Apc-Slpp, they final say the leaders, as usual, we, the followers, they glorify and do things where they enable the people who they destroy the country. And when people are then the majority, the one they wait to say, they know they look at the self-worth. But say this man will be ready for blue because he want election, compete for election, if they can't talk to him. Now, when they do what he do, the party manifesto, nothing what they did. But they still they kill other people left for them. These schools where they talk about so, and they watch something there, then they say, they talk about Tongo, Penima. Oh my God. I mean them, young boys them, police them, in the arrest police them.
Yeah, they see. They see them video then.
Yes, it's so deep. Look the other one, I mean, Penny, they still say, I know the next one, they call us soiree. I think they call it LUC. What the LUC means by local, I don't know what the LUC means.
Local unit something commander. Local unit commander, I think.
So how somebody LUC, okay, thank you for me at the anybody else. Come man, they go arrest. They say, beaucoup. This can be
that tells you how deep this thing is informally official in the country.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That they know who and who are doing it. They can stop it if they want to stop it.
And they can stop if they want.
Because they know. So you can call meetings and say, well, Lord, left this thing now.
Well, you know, side the thing can begin for battle when people begin to talk so much about this tier, and you'll be kind of asking questions, you know, about this, how this issue they will end up. Say it will end because people in the big money. Then our first mistakes are well, because Mr. Gallo.
I know that they make money, pana.
And the second,
now let's me, the people there without calling them.
Nothing.
You know where such all institutions where possibly the dog for pass for enter the country.
Even
closely connected.
Let me say something funny. If you be there, I know they go ask that question, then you go see how they go pass by you.
Mister, let me tell you something. I'm thick skin about public opinion.
No, I'm making fun. But they go do the same. They go say, and they clap for them. Wait, talk say, then they make millions for that. They clap. But if you do, they don't agree because you don't get that skin. The way people say, you allow that nonsense statement. But sir,
you see, as we say, my brother, the level to which Sierra Leone don't deteriorate, we therefore put aside the partisan politics were involved. Yeah. Because if we therefore be honest, across the board, there are people who have been messed up by this greed and pettiness. You understand?
Yes.
And when I start today, I'll talk about sovereignty and citizenship, not so. If we the citizens don't become aware, say, a small bunch of rogue people then, will sneak their way into politics, then shape themselves into various political parties. Now then they behind the destruction of the country. I think it's time we begin to look at how we can get these people to stop. Right.
They're very important because one will not get the political system do get a salon and the time system will get all really mature for let we begin talk about checks and balances. But I think the biggest and most poignant thing hope for don't happen if we get different political views the Parliament of Sierra Leone. The last time we get people who don't come up, we don't form political parties. But like what you say, they were deprived. They introduced a PR system. And the moment they introduced PR system, no, let me say something. Let
me come in.
No,
point, I'll come in.
Yes, sir.
You say they were deprived, not so?
Yes.
Go ahead, make your points. Then
when I say deprived, I mean so when you look at a PR system, when I look at a system like any other system, why did they introduce us? If you are like where they eat, if you eat, you get reason. If you're not hungry, you know who eats because it will mess up the rest. So they introduce a new political system and say this electoral system, this no fine, that will pull the simple plurality, that will bring this. Why? Well, it will help cater for minority interest on it. Fantastic. But how do you cater for minority interest? Then we then can now. The percentage where each person forgets, a party forget representation of parliament, let me just say, Spain, Germany, Sierra, all them countries and they, how they call themselves, Israel, they all, more than 60 countries. 5%, why 6%?
But we know the system.
This one, what did they do? They'll say, okay, now we don't win them. They don't accept, say, this now they use. But now let's kill representation of parliament. Now they make them between 11 and 12%. Now only Apc-Slpp go. He makes sure, say, he get high representation. Now, yesterday, they don't increase the megabytes in Sierra Leone. They increase them by 200,000 use. The other thing we do, somebody tell me, say, For clear a container, few months ago, it been be 135 million. Now I don't go over 200 million. You know how why? Because they allow say the tax system. They come a tax system where they introduce. Then they pass any bill in a parliament without they don't even stop them. But let me go further. Say, once you get 5 or more different little parties, they all get two members of parliament. And bill it go to the honestly allow say the proportional representation is objective for minority interest. Now, beside APC, you get other 20 people where they maybe in 5 political parties. It add up to the 50 where APC gets. That time they not know they will build the pass how you want it. So I just to talk about how then they come, then they use the people and destroy the system. So today, it's only in Sierra Leone and the entire world, we say we get a proportional representation now the entire world where they not get only one party, now they in opposition. It not happen, check them. Go online, let check them. And the deliberately do one for because you want pass what you want pass anytime we want without opposition. And since where they come, these 2 years so they take so. There's never been a single bill where they introduce where they not pass. So you see, then they design systems where they destroy the country. They don't care about the impact of the system. And this night will be opposed. When they say 11% was, even Samura Kamara, I told him about it. I said, listen, this is not Bokuto. A simple plurality system, they cater for minority interest. But if this go as it is, there's not going to be any opposition. And today, till we go 5 years, they go. There's never going to be any moment where SLP they only pass what they want. So they introduce a system where for help the people, the ordinary people, they use, but they end up for destroy them because they already said. So now this now in the public, sir. Thank you.
Dr. Ture,
Yes, sir.
doing the same thing and expecting different outcome is defined as insanity. The French say embassy. En français, on dit embassy. Sierra Leoneans are insane.
Oh, yes.
You cannot be doing the same thing expecting different outcomes.
Different outcomes. No.
And you know what make we keep do the same thing expecting different outcomes? Because we get a high level of individual dishonesty in each of us. Now, therefore, blame politicians alone. And politicians reflect who we are. It is our dishonesty that is manifested by the politicians. It is our dishonesty that allows them to get their way. Right as you say, I don't want to be talking about myself here and there. But before I was elected in Norway, I had to take courses in democratization and electioneering. I know everything I need to know about political systems. And I know when you talk about proportional representation, you broaden the base of the number of political parties that come into governance. Very restricted. If Sierra Leoneans, they claim say they're educated. If Sierra Leoneans, they claim say they are products of the Athens of West Africa. Then sit down and kind jive they happen. They are dishonest.
Colonial time.
We are dishonest. 1, 2, we are mentally colonized. For Sierra Leone to take up, 90% of the Sierra Leonean elite class need for decolonize their minds.
Yes.
When the Sierra Leonean elite they talk, now a colonized zombie you they listen to. Back in talk 20 years, a man if you see that man they rude. Yes, I'm rude because I say it like actually said.
For me to rudeness, so I didn't think so.
So that's right, people.
The description is
People have said it. But I don't care. Because as I pass here in this life, it's my conscience that I please, not people. Okay? You see, with social psychology, now in the manifesting self all the nonsense politics all the part. And that social psychology, because it degenerate and divisive, They don't create so much social stress that the people them, to manage their stress, they have to go into substance abuse. It's now stage by stage development. First, we had a stupid war that we did not need to fight. It's not to Sierra Leone have been the most difficult country in West Africa. 1975, I went to Ghana, then be the squid toothpaste. Now morning you pay 20 cedis na shop, forget a squeeze of toothpaste for brush your mouth. You also put them they call Loko. Then they buy and they got cotton. We never reached that stage in Sierra Leone. But because of greed, pettiness, and other self-centered motives, we created a situation for a war. We went into war, we destroyed the thin thread that was holding us together.
Completely unnecessary.
The psychological thread that was holding us together, we destroyed it. And the just damage what the war do to Sierra Leone.
Yes, of course. And then, Mr. John, I know they caught you word. At the time where they bring that word, there was already the process for multi-party democracy.
I know that's right.
It's already
That's right.
Yes, sir.
At that material moment, I was in the teachers' union. I sat several times in the Peter Lorenzo Tucker Constitution Commission on behalf of the teachers' union. And I know that by October of 1991, after Joseph Saidu Momo signed the Constitution, the first party to be registered in Sierra Leone was the Sierra Leone People's Party. The registration was done round about November. So we are going back to democracy gradually, but because people felt, and this is still what is destroying Sierra Leone today. There are people in Sierra Leone who feel they have the God-given right to do as they like. Every other person must comply.
Yeah.
That bullying impunity.
Well, me, the way, when I go England, one of the master's degrees what I do is Jalo. I know they bring academic business. I've been right on children and conflict in Sierra Leone. And during me, what they said, the argument what I placed was that I say the situation in Sierra Leone, where they characterize in a way as all the conditions the way they put nepotism, corruption, all that stuff they think and the way they put say, when someone now say they are not sufficient. I use the word they're sufficient for like what day. I say me, I put something say, I say there's something more. When you say like tribalism, I say because if you look at these particular conditions, the problem when we get, let's assume say they will cause war. But for let them sustain war for 11 years, then conditions they it's not possible. So they don't go fight for corruption. Corruption there right now.
Corruption is everywhere, even in Norway.
I'm presenting here to the poor people that ready to listen to me. And I had the dissertation at King's University. I did my master's. I heard you say, not the way they put political commentators, people who do PhD, now the one that write dissertations, I think that they argue and say the conditions the way they put. No one know that. Remember one lady give me one book, right on children and conflict, children in a saloon. I say that war, now tribalism now cause that war.
Not to tribalism.
And tell me what the sustenance.
No, I will tell you the reason. I found out the reason.
Yeah, Mr. Gallo, I turned around everything when they present. I mean, I looked at everything, and I knew the open space there to answer more questions for questions, which I say from a professor all the way. I believe that. However, I want to argue, say, let somebody tell me a specific reason where they make war they last for 11 years in a country like Sierra Leone, where people say before we are so connected, where it lasts for 11 years. And they say now for stealing diamonds, that make the thing, it's not sufficient. Because one, they can forget where the source they come out, whether they maintain the war the manpower, resources in human beings, when to say they perpetrate this war. We saw the metamorphosis of the entities then we participate from rebel to other local forces then, way for protection forces. And so I still hold to my, and again in I book where I write, and I hold them. And I argue in front of my professor at Case University for say, I believe everything when they say now about one salute is sufficient to cause violence, but they cause any conflict where they sustain for 11 good years and kill people they might want for 11 good years, then loot for 11 years. They also destroy public property and make sure say the brains of Sierra Leone, they left Salon, which in any Salon, I can tell them say, look, Salon come on for 10 years, 11 years, and they kill everybody run. Then professor then at Fullah College, when you hold education, doctors them, lawyers them. Now Gambia they meet you. Now Gambia. Now this one then die. So then die abroad, they didn't go back. So they talk about people even in civil service. No matter how corruption, they can use additional measures when you get power for let you make laws where they address, the people they attitude them. And maybe you get penalty when they make. But you don't do them, you go bring war. Because he believes, say, look what happened. I get videos that they show you right now. Fatima Bio, he come. He say, APC, no, they ever in a parliament. But better what come. He say, APC, let them just forget. Again, Mambu, then come. They get out and say, get military, get police. Now, why are you disrespecting the constitution? What did you say? In 2018, you don't shoot a gun for that kind of power. Now, you say nobody. He say, because what they don't make, nobody know they can't boil up. What did they make Salon where 92% of people have households in Sierra Leone, they don't get food for it. Over 80% poverty, chronic poverty, they are 60%. You see, don't malnutrition. It's one of the highest in Africa right now. And so all things here. So if you believe say you don't do well, why not go elections? Then they can't threaten people publicly. You say fourth leg, they come, you talk. You say let them forget them more. So they tell you say it is a progression of the bad intentions they get for say, you don't get anything for offer. If you don't offer anything for 5 years, I go to offer that for 10 years. So now, because of time, yes, sir.
We frog young, to man, not the way only
I'm the darling fan.
What Hillary say? The problem of Sierra Leone,
yes, sir,
deeper than with the sea.
Oh yes.
The problem of Sierra Leone, we not ever approach them. We dey bypass them because selfishness, dishonesty, and other things them.
Yes.
Now then we dey put at the forefront. You understand? If you go into the recent history of Sierra Leone, you will begin seeing the root of all what's in the go wrong in Sierra Leone. It's not tribalism. Tribalism is a man-made factor that is now taking expression in Sierra Leone.
Yeah.
Okay? And tribalism, now the factor where the British then create for control way after the people then resist the hot tax payment.
Yeah. Well, I make a lucky business, so they can think I can the other side. I can get it from you. Yes, sir.
The problem had been there before the British came.
Mm-hmm.
The problem in Sierra Leone started a long time ago when people then realized, say, Freetown Port now a place of business. The division in Sierra Leone started because people wanted control over the trade routes. The top ring and everything we see for today, that from that time, they begin use them, today it don't be a culture. And some of these guys today, in the forefront where they talk all them big Banda Blash. If you check them background, they came from backgrounds that were thugs. It's unfortunate we have to say it. I don't like disrespecting.
No, Mr. If you they say so, it means no one else alone.
No, I mean, I want to give me chance, sir. What I mean,
Yes, sir.
I don't believe saying we can solve the problem in Sierra Leone using fire for fire. But we need to tell people. We need to tell people. We need to tell people that we know who they are, so let them behave themselves. Now, while I listen to this, it's something I have researched. It's something that is on the book, and that book will be published. And they look for good publishers, and no one do self-publication, etc., etc. And they look for good publishers. We go expose and to peer review and then kind of thing they like come out as an authentic something. You understand?
Mm.
The trade wars. We got several migrations into the forest from the 10th century. Then finally, Europeans started passing through, going to India, going to Americas, etc. The port of Freetown, which is the only natural harbor in Africa, became a prominent place for trade. People emigrated from far and as far as Mali for trade in Freetown. The people along the route, they may get and talk, so they make roadblock and then kind of thing for control the trade routes. That begin bring skirmishes amongst the people then. Until finally, a set of people come led by a man called Farmer Kamara. Well, then the life of Wipa history say named Farmer Tami. Tami is a local word from Temne or Tami, somebody that is spiritually protected. But Farmer was a Kamara. He came and established an organized system where then they call in it the Koya Kingdom. And Temne became the language of trade. That's why the Koya Kingdom is mistaken as a Temne Kingdom. But it actually was a Malinke Kingdom. And now within that period, Malinkes and Fulanis then take over most of the ruling houses in Sierra Leone. Look at the ruling houses in Sierra Leone today, they're all Malinke. In the north, people calling themselves Fofana, Kanu, Mansari, they are pink. So these skirmishes continue until finally Europeans then come. They meet the people then at the coast. Once at the coast collaborate with them, then begin to go catch people and they sell them into slavery. Now they hate and mistrust cancer with society.
Okay.
That hate and mistrust, now still they manifest in Sierra Leone. But when the British came, after they failed to take control of the protectorate, they see this division amongst the people. They use that for create linguistic barriers and divisions. Up to 1971, if you go fill labor form in Sierra Leone, then they ask you for a tribe. Up to 1975, 78, when they fill passport form, then they ask you for a tribe. And from there, this issue of tribalism became an issue. Today, it's not just finished, sir. Today, those claiming to be educated, wait for Sidom and Sidon things I say, no, this is not good for us. Now then the perpetrator now.
Yeah. You know, just gonna I got explain, but I just want to say this. We go back to when put it back on a cultural perspective, when things happen over and over, it's not corrected for over a century. If you look from talk about the protectorate time, the 1890s to now, where they were in the hot tax war, wherein the resistance where the northern part be put under Bebure, and that then gets people waiting at the other side already for accommodate them, then will be part of the thing. And if you look, even the early westernization in terms of education after Freetown, you go before pass the road before they go Nabu, now not till they pass, not till they pass or whatever. They left that place and go. That element don't sit inside the mindset of these people. And like so let me say something. Okay, before then I have social media. I have faced several times where we not even finish high school. Because I don't put PhD, masters now, the end I can't sing it and do. Hey, look, this man, they're illiterate and not that timely people there, they can't write back. When they don't tell me so, I say, this in America also don't show Mr. Jallo. You know how many just when I'm not free to and it's going in time. That's not necessarily timely. You pay for office business, for the book, for the this. They go free to almost every 3 or 4 months. They never went to an SE office for say, hey, this na me or lab campus. That's just natural in us. Instead, I mean, they do business, I mean, the ship container there. Why are they even do it? But the issue here is that element, when we say so, when the preachers there, being tapped into them people there, that colonial mentality, so don't condemn people there, now it make the problem this alone. And until we, enough about it, we make sure, say, then we understand, say, hey, you know what, Sierra Leone, it don't go after independence first, now over 6 decades first. We know they did that level again. So make we come on at that level, we to say, would they use that kind of mentality? Because whether we up and down, can do. These kids, where they high school, they still believe say they're superior, they're better past anybody in that country. The concept where they were built in terms of them, that reification, social construction, we need to say it's not that they would say. Let me tell you, I have look at this, I know that you know one thing. Where people say, where you talk about you know, that economic concept for say, what's in at the time again? Don't come on again. The one we to say it introduce a system whereby you restrict spending because either the revenue base is very low and you know we just spend food. After the coronavirus, and then there were limited resources. Austerity. This name you can say Apc they introduced austerity and they don't ever know the meaning of austerity. So this bill they spend where it can't study. Now so they spend now. The way they take money they pay people. I say it's not an economic concept. And you already say the president in publicity, Mike Berewa. When I introduce austerity, I say is austerity a bad thing? It's just a restriction in spending. But because this idea of for screw up the nonsense where they happen, anybody will make, if they look at somebody, even now stupidity they make stupid something, and they just they support what they say. This not above that country day. And
well,
and
you hit the nail on the head, but you balance the thing back. First and foremost, the northern part of Sierra Leone was never going to accept British education.
Why?
Because centuries before Europeans came, they had contact with Arabic education, and there were universities and places of learning established. The grammar school was supposed to have been open at Port Loko. Reverend Shilenka went to Port Loko. He lived there for a number of years. He even wrote a book on Temne, Proverbs and Parables. I have that book. But he was unable to convince the people to go to the English school because they already had a structured Arabic educational system.
The only problem
let me finish. I'm not telling story. I'm telling you what I have proven with fact. The second reason we make education they more at the south than the north is that after the Amistad revolt, the Americans who came with Sengbe back established the first educational institution in the Bonthe district. And then they spread that institution as far as Rotifunk Then on to Tonkolini.
Mr. Dow, I'll go for join you back, yeah?
Okay.
I'll go for join you. I don't hear the traffic. I'll go for call you back, yeah?
Okay. Yeah, maybe we'll talk tomorrow because myself I will go off soon or we'll talk on Friday. I will come back with this issue on Friday, Lord discuss them. Okay, it was a very interesting discussion we were having. As I will say, this tribalism, this division, this polarization, now part of the reason we make today we continue to build nationhood. Yes, sir, for the welcome, sir.
Really, sir.
How are you, sir?
I'm fine.
You know, now they give me chance for talking. I can't talk now. Talk.
Yeah. Okay.
I say let blue for talk. No cost me the mere.
So we touch on something we talk about tolerance. So all of that the problem now we will continue to face. We're not the biggest problem. I think people are not even aware. They are not even aware that tolerance. We see man and woman they did in a house. They did it for a long time, born between them. That because of tolerance.
Yes.
Then define it simply as things the way even when you get so desperately, will they allow somebody to do the thing again?
Accommodate them.
Yes. Yes. So now they call tolerance. Things the way extremely hate. Look today, then you kill somebody, they say because it belongs to APC. That normal something. Now, if you get one now, that quantity, I do for now.
Well, then go do it in and Sabi.
This situation we talk about, that situation we talk about, say, not to say people in deep a war, this is not just politics, we be normally for now, you have to do with ideas. How you think, how me think, I mean, how you do things then, and call politics. Una compete about who the best idea then. Nine call politics. But we now today, intolerance is so much that look, even the conversation only go on my TV. Me, I hate that kind of conversation in this. Why do they tolerate it?
But when you go take the child of a dog, you get on party post. What do you expect?
Yeah, me, I never talk about the fact you already know, say, these people to themselves, they believe in themselves that I'm a good person, I don't do so well. Child of mama thinks I'm a good person, I don't do so well. Where the actual fact, the result put in at the ground, that's something different. Where the Chilean people they say, water I don't do for drink, really water not do for drink. To another person, then any he say, no, like what they talk right now, so, oh, President Bureau, make the country, they don't let the camp like it. And these people want to tell me that they believe, say, no,
well country.
Me, not only point matter self to me. The concept when the youth say, they don't make this country, when they fix the, my man, they fix them, like what did they really talk? They're not getting it for one point like fix it.
Another make them into
something wrong with your yes, sir.
You see, there are times we need not for heart to read over what people and the thing. Everybody gets your own vision and perception of what is now it is. The man will not get anything for offering himself in his own life. A man will not able to turn 1 to 2. If you get opportunity for go na high office side, everything there for him free. So they see and say that the biggest success where anybody can get. So if they see the country as himself, I want that you understand the psychology where they inside some of them guys here. 30% of the people they go and Allah, this has been done, that has been done. Take them out of that situation. They cannot even rent a room to sleep in. because they not get the intellectual capacity for run their own life. You understand?
Yes, sir.
And if we get for being honest, 80 to 90% of the people involved in politics today, across the board in all the political parties, now then kind mentality they get. Now people are way out of politics, they're not able to do nothing for themselves. They're not able to work and sustain themselves. They're not able to create anything we go make them look as stable people. So what do you expect from them? Now what's in the gone to? But what's in we problem na Sierra Leone? Then people are they succeed in Sierra Leone because the society don't allow a mentality for prevail where they kill what we for build for make nationhood. Nama we come out na Masumbala because if it say the other man na parliament na him brother, they take him as his own God, as his own nation. Nama come out levuma na the same thing. In between them, you get them non-entities here where they go and talk all over the place. This is the situation Sierra Leone has found itself in. So the question is, how do we get out of that situation? Do we sit back and complain about these idiots destroying our country? Or do we find ways to make them understand that they alone are not Sierra Leone, but all of us are Sierra Leone? And if we are to look at getting them to understand, what approach do we take? Do we want to go the path they are going? Because guys, the only thing that's been a violence. And it will not pay us to go the pathway then they. So we need to begin strategize and find other ways for put them under control.
So you cannot, an officer wait there for put them on.
There is. But if you talk that, will stop for pray. It is intelligence.
Yeah.
God is intelligence. If you say we not there, then stop for play. Because you defame God. There is a power we can use before they tell you this today. And that power does not involve politics. It involves coming together for put two intellectual resources together and see how we can put them people under control. Nothing is mightier than the pen. Nothing. Yes. And when they say the pen is mightier than the sword, then now they talk about katenke, then they talk about intelligence.
Yes. What you mean talk now is that what you see, what you mean don't see about how they govern country within Sierra Leone. There's nothing we go change in that country if we know who about
change tomorrow morning.
Mr. Jallo, yeah, even we don't just community talk here for long talk about this talk here for several times. Since talk here. At the time we talk about the fact, see, if somebody in a power 7 years, who say the people who they talk say, yeah, now is stronghold. Then we never get water for drink. The house they live.
Now then they kill the old kush.
Yeah. And those people, tomorrow they put box back with their eyes open. They go vote for them back.
No, I don't believe so. Some go vote, not all go vote.
Let me tell you now.
The only thing they go do, I will tell you this. They go do ballot stuffing. They did it in the last election. The people did not vote for them in those so-called strongholds. Now I make them not be allowed international observers and do that for good because they did ballot stuffing.
No, me, I know you go that side too. At the time for make you see from the common perspective of what you can call political parties. The APC, on the other hand, we didn't be in power for 10 years. not far from McKinney. Forget about McKinney, so they go just say, oh, the Taro Day, Light Day. Not far from McKinney. Enter those villages.
But don't tell me, I know. I was going to Sierra Leone. I
Yes.
know.
Those villages. Then you see, waiting at the change will happen like that. Where people in
The last
classroom.
go salon, I really close to a month plus. I traveled widely. I saw most parts.
Make you tell me, waiting at the impact, economic impact, where the APC governance will do the So, and
So the point say the
no,
political parties they're not able to change salon.
no, I therefore tell you, no, if they change the system of governance, I don't talk this a million times. I want to expatiate on this topic. If today the SLPP they get another political party like you told them get AMDC. Yes.
That help you. All what you they talk is correct. But let me tell you, how the status quo in Sierra Leone, if not so normal, we say they continue for Sidom, let them change them, they know they do. There has to be pressure from somewhere.
Of course. At the time we talk, okay, look what is happening now. If then people here we come out abroad, like me, if I come up today, I go back to salon, I put hands in politics. Now the good things there was I don't learn a Belgium about governance. Now that they can't go to salon.
You're not able to go join salon politics.
No, well, I'm not
able because you're not able to do that here. The one how they come out diaspora, how they go join politics. Them they not diaspora, but they are still living in Sierra Leone inside the head. Now then they go cause all the damage. You look now, Washington, they suffer there. Now they don't can get and walk as party voting. They all over the place they talk.
Yes.
The man is not say come off from a Lokotogri background.
Mr. Diallo, all of this get for do for the fact, see, if the SLPP get an opposition party in the south of the country, they know you will get the guts for going and talk. See, now we will come back to power. Because it's simple, now they will tell us, hey, I'm only in power for 10 years. Sign forget we drink water no day. You think we are going to vote for this man again? Now, so with man things developing country, they make competition.
It's not go talk, but they want to act. What's not the problem? Let me tell you, Pafode. We don't create a mentality in Sierra Leone for make people and believe say their existence on this earth is useless. They have to depend on some jack who thinks he's the boss, or then depend on some god with it somewhere for make things change for them. That mentality of self-reliance not there in the Sierra Leonean. So the only way we can change Sierra Leone now forget few to numbers. It's not a numbers game. It's a game of honesty and ethical standards. That few Sierra Leoneans, where they come together, you see, people in there, we need third force. We need third force, but we don't need a new political party. We need a strong advocacy movement. Very strong one. Where the international community, they take serious. The politicians in Sierra Leone, they know, say, when they are open their mouth, they mean something. Then they will do what needs to be done. Nobody wants war in Sierra Leone anymore.
Yeah. Mr. Jallo, all of these rumbles of war and this and that. Now, because, say, these people, where they get one hope, say, when election time come, people are not going to vote for them, say, like politics
and they gaslight the people
of what they have done.
Upon the people.
No, that's why that fear. Now, because the SLPP dominates the south and corridor, to the point that they have made the people to believe, say, this now party this, and people they worship that party this, and they believe in them, just like the other parts of the country. But when, of course, not to say for B, inside Belgium, The politics is divided. See, the northern part of the country, they get their own political party. If the conservatives they been at the north, they been at the south. Then conservatives they do the compete at the south, not the same that they want not to. So therefore, after the make election, then party then they come together, they form government, even to the local council. The local council governance, they make the other tell information they can't talk about. I don't go look for information. The local council, when then they form government that they call them the municipality, then so we call them mentor. Then when the party they form the government, they're not the one who which is the central party in the team. You understand what I mean? Like the SLP party, then if being at the big party, if then they make like na Gundama, for instance, I just call it a name, then they make a local council day. Then people in the form government and I don't want to know what is the stance of the SLPPO. Now, what is the stance of the people around us vicinity? How do you think? If you see coalition in form na Belgium, local council, then they form national government too, not possible. That means the people they are looking for their own interests inside within that community. But this time lacking. Mr. Jallo, then people in day when they talk the name vote, elected they not eat food for 2 weeks before the next election. Then pin that box that they green vote for. They still believe. You know what tell you say? Then they vote for them all, but 90% of them will vote for them genuinely. And as Kuruma, the highest time we don't get vote in the southeast na Kelahu. I know about Kono say Kono no be part of the southeast. Kono is on your own. Kelahu na they get 16%. That election we win that 2012. Now they get 16%. And most of that vote come on at the Kishi part. I don't know if you know, say the Kishi them self like you go to the north part, you meet like Falaba, you meet like Koinadugu, who say again they Lonka them people and they you able to buy them with their leaders, for instance. When you appoint one of their big men, they will support you. That's who they take over ethnic minority. That's why the Scuba been doing in governance, he gets the Kishi people. Now the only make again allow now Bonthe now maybe 9%, Yanda 10%, Yanda 7%. This is how elections are run in the country. So until and unless we get a system really hope if perpetuate only go and take it, they can't make fetch and they can't do this. Now because they not say they don't have to do anything to contest.
I'm going to ask you a simple question.
Yes, sir.
This fetish and they go and talk about. They get the money for sustenance.
Well, me, I'm not good at because maybe na drug money. Then I will tell you what. The Salon presidency, a lot of people talk say, oh, corruption. No, Salon presidency, they pay. They pay pass for me a lot in America. And they tell you that for free. Because people don't know. Just matter be in holiday. Which holiday with the good December, now 20 billion only use 9 get the game. Wait and tell you now, so say they don't make a special account for letting the president travel. Now so he did in a salon. The president, madam, will ask her right now for $5 million. They give him clean. You get them. So the governance is not accountable. The president, now the boss. You know what you want? You get them. And they say now according to the law.
Whose law? Who's right?
And they tell you, see.
Who's right? Who's right? Because I want to quote the law.
No, I will tell you now, which I right? He right on the supreme executive authority.
Whose document with our Supreme Executive Authority state that?
Mr. Jallo, the Supreme Executive Authority, you know, inquire into them.
No.
The same. Let me tell you now. No, let me tell you. Let me tell you. Yes.
Sir,
Mm-hmm.
I was party to writing that constitution. I beg to differ, sir.
I want to give you an example now.
No, you see, not in a law. Who was there when the constitution was being written? You know, did he?
The Supreme Executive Authority.
Came from Germany, how we like? No.
No. Mr. Jallo, you don't get that wrong. I'm not talking say the state I'm saying money I want. Supreme Executive Authority, it explains simply say, where the president decides something, could do something, it depends on the law. You know, for inquire into them.
Another so. That's an interpretation that is wrong.
Wait till I tell you what. It is America. That same law is America. But America really use them because if you use them, now you downfall land as a president. You did it. It's America. They get that same law saying
the president is accountable for every action.
Yes.
Bring the loggy and chance for take certain actions without first consulting with parliament. But after you don't take the action, if we make an explanation to parliament.
And the driver talk about this only the Supreme Executive Authority now talk about.
Before they are the law in the car.
No. I know they talk about how they make the law. I talk about from that law now, which they put commodity. Then just continue and call Supreme Executive Authority.
They misinterpret them.
Yes. That way it's
misinterpreted.
Let me explain that to the government. Supreme, that means he part up everybody. Executive. Now the people the way they man something. Authority. But that thing
it's a misinterpretation. It's a misinterpretation. Now we talk about that thing.
So the world in America now I call now.
But for the minute tell you about 1991 Constitution, I was there as
no, but Mr. Gallo, explain to me now. When you say interpretation of Supreme Executive Authority, explain to me now.
Supreme Executive Authority means you get control over. Cannot tell you for misuse and abuse.
But that's not talk. I say in America, but no one know they use them because if you use them, they downfall.
Donald Trump they use them.
No, you know the game man use them the way you want to use them.
People of America know they sleep on that. Yeah, we now then they misinterpret them because they sleep.
No, now because you go for contest election. Yes, sir.
The first thing that is wrong with the Sierra Leonean psychology, from the 10th century, they don't colonize the minds of the Sierra Leonean for belief, say, those in authority and some existence way when I know they see what they call God, now they determine how you for use your life. Sierra Leoneans need to decolonize for make them begin understand some of them things here. Not to the English term matter, but the interpretation of the term now matter. And you interpret something how you understand life. All the misinterpretation all they go on Sierra Leone now because Sierra Leoneans are dishonest. So things that are meant for honesty are misinterpreted.
Mr. Jello, I've not even contest that. That is true. I'm trying to talk about a concept that you are way not for even being in the constitution. Because you know the type of flow we get.
England, their supreme authority. The Prime Minister of Norway, their supreme authority. The Prime Minister of Belgium, their supreme authority. But they are not misusing it.
Yes, and that's true. Again, I tell you, not true. Now, because outside in there, if you use them, then go talk say, you don't behave
people, they're not all zombie, they're not sleeping at the head.
Mr. Jallo, that time they go put his box.
We are zombies. We get for accept this. We they make nonsense.
They will put a box now. That is, we don't do actually now America. They will put a box. The people who don't think like
For do gerrymandering yesterday, California, they not don't do election. They establish more districts.
Yeah. And then they do according to the law. Yeah, we say they do. I will not do according to the law. Because if they put in before,
What happened? Enough. How for do? Well, we can power. Hey, you know the life power yourself.
I am not going to argue with you. I'm telling you that.
It's not a nonsense country.
I'm telling you. Now, because when you just go contest for election after I don't do all
contest for election.
No. I mean, the president who did you.
I will never contest for elections in Sierra Leone. I would always advocate for correct Sierra Leone.
See, you already use the term Supreme Executive Authority. Now the time to talk about. We will not misuse them. You get to go contest for election as alone. And when they go for good contest, they only talk say, now what you do? No, doesn't even our party. Now, yeah. So
our party.
Yeah. What is going to change in that kind of circumstance? Nothing.
Ready for change.
If like
for change, you know to make it get for change. The only thing that is constant is change itself.
Shalom people.
They get for change.
The whole,
Bafode. You know to make people then sit down first, then they allow nonsense. Then they eat one mondo for day. This kush, if they're not careful with them, now get for bring the change in a salon. It's coming. Would I not believe that? Fine.
Okay.
The only thing we don't want, let that change, not create more trauma for the people. Them. I make some of who they talk. Otherwise, when they shut up, we look what's in they go on. But change is coming. Nobody can stop it.
You cannot have a society where that society you see backwardness in all levels. When they say political party activity, you see people are agitated. They stand up. It goes all day they wait. It goes this dance for political party where make sure say you live in that catch house. They don't take the money, all them go be 5 hours there.
Then they take the money, smoke drug.
Lawrence Lima, if you just hold back from other people, you fetch for all side. We don't, then give them deputy minister. Now, don't get host them, they all don't get business is them. You need for good school for that. You need for good borrow money for that for do business. No, just get them so like that. Now look at the talk. People already talk say salon the corruption. Now the government they make this nah. Because you want to be corrupt. Government they pay, politics they pay, the presidency they pay. Mr. Jallo, that country the parliamentarian they get at least 25 million. That was in around 2020. That's when the dollar don't beat the Leone by now. Like now. Then when they earn more than $2,000, it's just alone. When they earn about 3,000, it's just alone. Now Belgium, then 2007, what we know about salary. The parliamentarian na 3,000 euro they pay them. They won't let you work for go get 3,000 euro. You know
that money they talk so now cleaner than they work now Norway.
Yes. So they go left you work. I mean, you don't left
now cleaner wage now they talk so 25 million.
No, I'll tell you inside salon.
You know they say.
Inside salon. Inside salon. Where they say that 600,000 women they pay the minimum wage. You can't give somebody 25 million.
Bavodi?
Yes.
The other thing you get for understand. Those numbers, now they're all there for create the wrong psychology. If you take an econometric survey of Sierra Leone, the cost and expenditure, you do the basic bread and butter needs of the people, the least pay for Sierra Leonean for be $1,500. As at today, for another person rent a decent house, paying transport, get enough food, get medicine, etc. Not to for make it live luxury life for $1,500. So now left for the holla about them figures. Yeah, those figures now then they make people then they feel say women go and clean our salary, don't better.
Okay, let me go into that again. If you get a country, Mr. Jallo, where the minimum wage, the wage now 600,000. Then you reach, then you give somebody 20 million. You know move you?
Yeah, you know they move me.
Because the difference is
But
too
they
vast.
are not the left foot here, they do that no way for that money there.
No, I'm talking about saloon. I'm not talking about giving.
For that money now, people from the spot.
I know at the time for talk. This I'm talking about parliament for so. I'm not talking about
The people in politics in Sierra Leone, the majority of them are people who have lived in the diaspora.
no the parliamentarians they don't pull the one they will come out as for the parliamentarians
Then they
take lead now. Look, who that now?
go check.
Anyway, I don't talk say the law with the cow 2018.
Before they go check, before they there are things I know. I'm not in car for can't call name.
No, at the time for talk say 2000 before 2018. If you come out abroad, you go contest. But from the time when Gabidon can't wake up that law, the political party they
Now
need to do
Gabi don't
something.
wake up. Okay, Gabi don't.
Yes, now you wake up that time.
Not wake up. Now they use for wake up.
Well, me no but I mean that area I'm from.
One man not they talking as alone corrupt gangs them things work. Not you they all
No,
agree on.
no, not me. I know them quite. No, see me. I know you talk on. I mean,
I know
hypothesis
Sierra Leone
or
society. Where you
yeah.
one person call a thief. No say them be the whole meeting say like Allah because
Yes.
they want destroy somebody.
I know they talk into those kind of things. Me, I they talk like way I read Gabidon. Now I challenge them. I go. I know one day the other person I talk about that self, whisper about it. Now him stand in front of her. From that Temne, now even one man from Belgium, they don't promise and say if they get the seat in Temne. Now they didn't take him back and say, man.
Because they not be one game, but people and they even will come on Norway, them and go be member of parliament.
Yes, now
And
before
they
2018.
they carry Norwegian citizenship now.
Yes, before 2018.
I'm sorry. Last year, the person applied for citizenship back now, they refuse them. I don't like to call names, but for there are things I know.
No,
If they talk about Salo, I know they do guesswork.
no, I know say, time the UK, they say if you give citizenship, I know say somebody will come out, will be, but that thing they forgive your citizenship away before you be a member of parliament.
Law say, but there are people in politics who are still dual citizens, Pafoni.
Mr. Tello, I'm not talking about minister. I say MP.
So then I say the person come on now when I be MP. Not to be minister. Now under mother be system, now in the gear office. But he was MP. I don't like to personalize things, but there are things I know. Sierra Leone is a broken state. They can't dishonest.
I'm not going to argue against this kind of thing. I know it's the truth talk. Me, all which I talk about now, where you get the government, where accountable.
You don't have a government in Sierra Leone.
I mean, okay, we get.
You have a gang controlling the people.
Yes.
And that gang, then they cross political parties. When it can and go meeting and talk nice money. Would that be APC? Would that be SLPP?
We get an authority, we be in charge. We not for be accountable to the people them. There is nothing with the shake up. Matter view, it's more before in people
The
they talk say
people are not ready for shake 'em.
now it's more before in people they talk say in manifesto. You don't do it from A to Z and you don't pass it. You don't pass. He stood there right in front of people them. They Allah. And then those people they go put food for them back. That same people we promise say are the good jobs, and make sure when living standard they increase.
Are we
I
sure
think that-
people voted for him for the?
Yes,
Are you sure?
yes.
Okay.
Those people are not talking to the all.
We not argue that Pafude.
I'm not talking to the all voting.
I have an open mind in Sierra Leone because I know Sierra Leone. I don't travel the length and breadth of Sierra Leone from the time I go school. I work in Sierra Leone 20 years. I know one thing. All the problems of Sierra Leone, not so the ordinary man, are we, the so-called educated people. Now we polarize in with mentality. Now we colonize in with mentality. Now we preach to the people them because they respect we as educated people. Then they believe what you they talk to them. That's how it goes in Sierra Leone. Also the people and down yonder are the problem. Now we the educated people.
And you're absolutely right. I just tell you, see, this this taking of that country, so it will come back 30 years later. It will still deeper. Allah, Allah.
I don't tell you this, no say left for pray. Not to insult you. You dey talk like man we no get faith. Left for pray. Stop wasting time.
Even where the pray, being a very somebody we very practical. So I know we talk. I go.
Listen, life is again force.
Because I know, but it can apply. It can apply to a particular set of people.
From now to 2030, the world you know is going to be a different place.
I go show you back.
The world, not just Sierra Leone.
No,
The
what alone. I will tell you back. Me go tell you if you take a leave me like alone, please. Alone. Now so they go back see when they want elect the next president, the SLPP and the APC now they go back for go contest for who that be president. Any of them two people in the win, nothing is going to change for the better.
If people continue, nothing will change.
Yes, and I will continue.
That's what you believe.
Yes, and I strongly believe in that.
Okay. I will not argue that.
They don't make
I will not argue that.
People are killing each other. Even Kutubu talk and say,
you that.
Kutubu talk and say, he say, challenge today, and I deal with them. He say, you pin God, they go, you pin the APC and Josiah. People they go to the same APC. The same people they go play in a mosque and church. Then they go to that party. That's how much they believe in that nonsense. Me, I tell you that.
Okay.
Anyway, I think we don't
for the. I want to tell you,
yes, sir.
from now to 2030, a lot of things will happen in the world.
Let God make you get the long life food.
And that will affect Sierra Leone.
Let God make you get.
And you're not in other planets on a planet Earth today.
Yes, I say let God do that long life food we talk about.
May God give me long life for this year. If you want die, you will not go bury. When I will keep listening to let this team pass before we will talk on it.
All right.
Thank you. Right, so bye. Okay, Fambu, now hope I don't enjoy the conversation, even though it was heated. We country, we get for see what thing for do for make we make them a better place. We cannot sit down giving up hope. If we do that, then we dehumanize ourselves. In every human being, there is a power what we need for tap into. And that power, we for use them for goodwill. That power is what is going to bring the change that we're asking for. Not only the power of boast and babati. Now we need a power, we get the gun. It's the gun, but you don't get the power. There is a power greater than your gun. And believe it, you are going to see that power happen. Una, thank you for listening today. We go meet on Friday. On a good night.
We pledge love and loyalty to we country salute. My how we there, my how we born. We sweet salute. We not for make this country fall. Mama salute. We let we salute. But this we land we love. We not for make them fall. We let we salute. Then they thief the money, then they fly. They London, they Dubai, then they bye. We they are, we just a try. This day I don't come up and dry eye. Then they thief the money, then they fly. They London, they Dubai, then they bye. We they are, we just a try. But this day I don't come up and dry eye. We pledge we love and loyalty to we country salute. My how we there, my how we born. We sweet salute. We not for make this country fall. Mama salute. We let we salute. But this we land we love. We not for make them fall. We let we salute. But this we land we love. We not for make them fall. We salute.
For the wreck the country. It's a witch. For the wreck the country. I guess I carpets, Naman Keraka, Naman Koneka, Naman Keraka, Chamucham, Naman Monica, Kaipom, Naman Koneka, for the wreck the country. It's a witch. For the wreck the country. And they go and they beg. Come and ship. The people that they gen. Then I go shem. They make me go to chicken and the picture. Now we hope for today and the future. Forgive them by scripture. They make me go to chicken and the picture. Now we hope for today and the future. Don't forgive them by scripture.
I pledge love and loyalty to we country salute. My how we there, my how we born. We sweet salute. We not for make this country fall. Mama salute. We let we salute. But this we land we love. We not for make them fall. We let we salute.
We salute. As in no place like home. I like it to come to them, I like it to come fight them.
What happens when truth becomes a tool, not a right? In Sierra Leone, confusion isn't just chaos. It's strategy. When leaders deny what you live, gaslight your reality, and rewrite the past, who really holds the power? Tonight on Truth Unmasked, we expose the tactics, we name the games, we decode the lies. Don't just believe what they tell you. Ask why they want you to believe it.